And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're here to talk about Wave 4 of Dungeons & Dragons Attack Wing. This one comes with a Gargoyle, a Giant, and a Gold Dragon. Really, that's I'm just excited about it. I love Giants, and, you know, I'm always a fan of Dragons. Let's take a look at it. First, we have the Gargoyle. Okay, nasty creature, gargoyles. They always look scary on buildings, unless they're part of a Disney program. But let's take a look at the stats of the Gargoyle. We have the Gargoyle Guardian, and this guy, Malabolge, or however you pronounce his name. Alright, pretty cheap character, and they have a lot of upgrades that you can take. But you'll notice that range is only 1. So that's kind of problematic. But he has great, for his point cost, 2 armor and 5 health on both the characters, and 1 dodge here. Really, this guy is kind of like just a machine. And he has some decent flight skills for just basically can fly around and maneuvers almost as well on the ground. But you can kind of upgrade this guy with some of his cards. Here we have Inhuman Toughness, who everybody can take, where you can discard it to cancel a hit, or Momentum, where you can use the 2 template instead of the 1 template when you charge. And this costs extra for other. This almost isn't worth it for most other characters, but for the Gargoyles, it lets you move a little bit faster. Freeze, where you can essentially say, hey, you can't hit me, I'm a statue, which is great. Creature of the Living Stone, which gives you an extra 1 to your armor value. Again, you have to be a Gargoyle to take that. And Stone Jaws, where when you hit somebody, you can hit them again. So the Gargoyle, if you add all these upgrades to it, which can be pricey, can really be a useful shield type thing. You can put it in front of other units, let them do the attacking, and have the Gargoyle soak up the damage. This also comes with Bag of Winds, which is fun, where you can essentially just release the Bag of Winds and attack people in all different directions, making them roll 1 less attack and defensive die. Next we have here the Stone Giant, a big giant character. About the same size as the Frost Giant that's already came in Wave 1. The Stone Giant is a powerful character. I like how they painted him. He looks really cool. Looks fearsome. He looks like he's about to slam someone to the ground. But he has pretty good stats. Just for the record, his stats are similar to the Frost Giant. He has a little bit less attack, but has more armor. The hit points are very similar. He has a good range. He's a rock. That's a 4 attack range. And when he attacks with the primary rock weapon, this guy, the target rolls 1 less defensive dice, which is great. Good maneuverability. Can move pretty quickly, even 4. And then some good upgrades for the giant here. Direct hit. This is just +1 for a ranged weapon if someone's within 1 range. Rock catching. This one's kind of weird because it's so specific. It is a +1 defense dice against any range attack, which is great, but then it's 3 against ranged rock weapons. Well, if you have giants fighting giants, that's great. I don't know what else. Stone Bracers, I really enjoy this one here. If you're on the ground, you get +2 defensive dice against a line, cone, or burst. This is great for giants against dragons. Slammed is fun because you can hit somebody and they basically lose all their tokens that are on them. I like that. Awesome Blow, which a giant must do, where you can basically move somebody and maybe hurt them by moving them through other people. Here we have the Ring of Freedom of Movement, and then finally Stone Skin. I like Stone Skin. This is not necessarily for giants, although a giant can take it, but basically they roll -1 attack die, or if it's 5 or higher, they roll -2 attack die. So this is great for some of your weaker characters who might be able to cast a spell to take. And finally, we get to my current favorite dragon in the game, both for how it's painted, how it looks, and how it acts. This is the Gold Dragon. Really cool, has a really Chinese flair to it. Really like the Gold Dragon model, but I also like its stats. First of all, let's take a look here at the different cards that come with the Gold Dragon. You can see it has a 5 attack, has great armor, 2 armor with 6 and 7 health points, has decent range, and 2, it's not as good as range as some of the other ones. This one can heal people a bit, but what I really love about this one is its maneuvering. It can fly 6. It's the fastest dragon in the game so far, and so if I'm picking something for my army, it's hard for me not to take a gold dragon. On the ground, it's similar to the other dragons, but man, being able to move 6 in flight is great. But wait, there's more. We have Cure Wounds. This is a way to heal people. Comes with Fire Breath. This is the second dragon with fire. Luck Gem, which is just a great card to have because you can discard it to re-roll. Roll can come in pretty handy. But even though Fire Breath we've seen before, now we see Weakening Breath. This is specific to the Gold Dragon, where you can hit people and cause them to roll less attack dice when they're doing melee. An odd card, Fair Warning, where you give someone a warning that if they hit you, you're going to attack back, and then you get a free action against them. Snatch, which allows you to pick somebody up and carry them around the board as you're continually attacking them. There's a bunch of rules for that. And then the Counter Spell. I like this one. Everyone likes a way to cancel other spells, and here you go. This may be my favorite wave that's come out thus far. First of all, like I said, the Gold Dragon's my favorite of all the dragons. The giant is, I love having giants. I don't know if I like this giant better than the frost giant, but I think I do, if only because it has that great ranged attack. And the gargoyle just looks so deceptive. You put him out there and you're, you can't touch me, you can't hurt me. That's right, the gargoyle has a hard time hurting you, but you can't hurt him either, which can be really handy in certain situations, especially if you need to get a character to a spot and hold that spot. The gargoyle is not a bad one to use in that way. So I like these. Again, they come with some great cards. The counterspell and the gold dragon thing is just great. But man, again, not only my favorite dragon, but probably my favorite character in the game, the gold dragon.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!